This was Hola YouTube. This is Aqua Ninja, and today I'm actually gonna do an Aqua talk. This one's gonna be the Valentine's edition, talking about love and different relationships, things like that. I'm greeted with my three special guests, which are gonna be Benito, Laura, Sabrina, and I'm gonna let you hear a little bit of introduction about them. So Benito, start off.
Hello, my name is Benito Sanchez, and I mostly enjoy, being creative with cameras, being creative with editing. I enjoy doing a little bit of everything. My passion for cameras is enormous. I love it everywhere. Like I have a drone, I have a GoPro, I have my phone, and I'm trying to get even more cameras as along the way. And I just enjoy it, and that's just my creativity personally. And that's my special thing about it is I can put my own love and passion into it. Like no one has to tell me what to do. It's more of what comes out of me. And then I'm a young guy, that comes from Connecticut. My family's from the Dominican Republic, so yeah, I have a background of Dominican. So yeah, it's pretty much.
Laura.
I'm Laura, and I'm from California. I love all things vintage, Wonder Woman, Marilyn Monroe, lipstick, high heels, being girly, and my special talent is having a long tongue.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive. Sabrina.
Hi, I'm Sabrina. I'm from the UK. I love hearing beauty, and my special talent is doing acronym just name on my feet.
Okay, yeah, actually now you can see it. Okay, see, that's why that's why every take is a little bit better. This is actually the second take, guys. Like we had audio issues in the first one. I'm just gonna keep it 120 with you. But getting into it, we a lot of people, like this day is well, tomorrow's gonna be Valentine's Day, and a lot of people feel different ways about it. Like some people are like, oh, this is an awesome day. Some people are like a little bit disgusted by it, like, oh, this day is like over publicized and things like that. So what are you guys' opinions on Valentine's Day?
Well, my personal opinion is that I don't think that we should just think about like couples, because obviously when we think about Valentine's, the first thing that comes off our head is couples, or mainly we see it on social media where everyone's looking for a Valentine, like someone just to be able to give a heart and love to, and it's like why? And then I think it's more about friends and family and sharing love with everyone you can.
Yeah, I
I
kind of
totally agree with
go ahead, Sabrina.
you. With me, I'm from Wales, and we actually have one in January, where it's like all to do with your family and obviously relationships as well. So for me, tomorrow isn't that special because we don't really celebrate that here. So yeah.
And I somewhat agree with the other two there. I do think that it's nice to celebrate with friends and family and kind of giving them a special day. But when it comes to couples, I do not agree. I hate Valentine's Day. It should not be a day to show how much you care about me, because that should be every day or
See,
with the person that you're with.
and that's the opinion I agree with the most. Like it's a day that you should always show your significant other when you love them and how you love them. So I've always looked at Valentine's Day like, come on, bro. Like you shouldn't just worry about one day to do all that stuff like that. Do you actually believe in love though?
Yeah.
Laura's reflection on that was the best one actually.
I think it exists. I do believe that there is love. I mean, there obviously there's love. There's all types of different love. And I do believe that there is, for the most part. Yeah.
Okay. Nah, you don't sound too convinced on that though. She's like, if
I
it.
think it fades. I guess the question would be, do I believe that you can stay in love with someone
Mm-hmm.
or love someone? And I think love does last, but that in love feeling
Yeah.
definitely fades.
Okay. Okay, I can agree with
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I can agree with that definitely.
I
I kind of disagree though, because like my parents, they've been together 20 some years, and they do things like have date nights every week, just to keep that going. And their love, everyone comments on it. It's just as much as they like love each other as much as they did when they first got together. So for me, I see that every day.
And I do agree with that. I like I said, I think it is love, because you can love somebody, you can care for somebody, you've been with somebody for so long and you love them. But I'm talking about the in love feeling that you feel when you're first with someone, that butterfly.
I knew you were gonna say that.
To be with them.
Yeah.
That
I don't think
desire,
that
that
first
passion, all of that fades. That doesn't stay.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
I don't think that stays.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
And it fades. It does. It really does. I do believe it's.
And I personally say that, like, well, for love, like, it's not really about, like, what big things can I do to catch their attention. It's more of the little details that actually inspire and mark, like, yo, little details are the ones that make you think back, like, oh, I remember when you did this. It's something so small that you're like, wow, that was so small. How can you even remember that?
I feel like that's the real thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. What would you say this year you're gonna do for Valentine's Day? Like that's different than any other year.
Sleep.
You guys are like fuck Valentine's Day. I don't do anything. Okay, even better.
I'm just gonna spend it with my family. Really, that's
okay.
Spend it with my family, nothing else.
That's
The same
good.
with me.
Same.
Yeah.
We could celebrate it in January every year. So for me, it's just like a different day.
Okay. Do you so all three of you guys are single though, right?
Yup.
Look, Laura's like I don't know about that. Okay, we'll say it's complicated. We'll say it's complicated. We got you. And Sabrina.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, what would you say is for Benito? What would you say is your typical female? Like, what do you look for in a woman?
I look for a woman that has that she's fully dedicated to what she loves. Like if a girl loves, like let's say she loves makeup, and she loves that and she dedicates her full time to that. By all means, by the time I meet her or whatever, it's like nothing should change. It's just combining both our creativity and just taking it to a whole new level. And someone that's always gonna push me, even when and someone that's also gonna tell me the truth in my face, even if it hurts. Like that's what I think. That's what I look for.
Okay, Laura, what about you? And a guy, of course. Well, I don't know.
Well, let's see. I just somebody honest. Somebody that's just honest. That just goes beyond anything to me. Honesty, being real, is more than anything. It's pretty much all that I want is just honesty and be real. Don't be something that you're not. Don't be fake. Don't impress me with cars or money or I'm that type of girl.
I agree with
be
that.
honest.
All right, well, Laura, I gotta say something to rebuttal that one. I live in Miami of all places, and Benito can definitely know what I'm talking about. Girls are materialistic as hell here. Like, I mean, to the point where
You're looking at the wrong girls then.
and that may be true. That may be true, but in certain parts, I feel like that does mean a lot. Like, let's say you could.
Nah, but I'm gonna just say.
Go.
Say that, there are a lot of pretty girls and everything, but it's like me personally, I could see a really gorgeous girl, but it's like I'm a person that I look for the interior before the exterior.
And with you, I actually do believe that. I do believe you really.
So you don't believe me?
Oh, no.
You don't believe what I just said?
No, I'm not saying.
Real is more than anything. That's just me. Look, I'm not saying that girls aren't that way. There is tons of girls.
Exactly.
And those are the fake ones. Those are the ones that are out there to look for what you have.
Yeah.
I'm not that girl though. I'm not. I'm about honesty. I'm about what you can make me happy in other things, because material things, they come and go.
Exactly.
Agreed.
I can get my own stuff. I don't need anybody to get me anything. I like honesty. I want to be catered to. I love someone that can cook. I love someone that will be just attentive to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care about anything else. Just I want to be the only one in their mind all the time. So that's kind of where I'm at. So
theoretically, if they had no money and they were just like the sweetest guy, and they did everything you said, like they catered to you and everything, would you be attracted to them?
Probably, like I said, surprising enough, there's been a lot of people that I have met, these last, few months or whatever, and they're not. I mean, I don't see them for, I'm not like, it's not a physical thing. It's what they bring to our conversations. It's what they bring to me, that happiness. It's like, it's different. It's just different, and I like that. I don't, like I said, I'm not that type of girl though. I'm not that type of girl that's just looking for, physical attraction and what kind of car they drive and what they have in their pockets. I've never been that type of girl. That's just me though. But there is plenty of girls.
I agree with that because a lot of men, at least I know that a lot of men try to make sure that the first impression is the biggest thing. Which I don't have a problem with, but I also agree, like, why do you want to be so special on like the first couple dates, but then once you're together with that, once you've been going out with that person for years or whatever, you act like it's nothing. Like you don't even try to still impress a person. Like it changes all up.
Exactly. Like
absolutely.
Yeah. Like
absolutely.
yeah. Relationships definitely die over time. Well, in some cases, I guess the fake ones. What about you, Sabrina? What's your ideal guy?
Trust is the biggest one for me, and I like a guy who's like passionate, but passionate to everything: his work, his family, anything. So for me, that's all I rely on really. Is trust, someone who can make you feel good. Like Laura, I don't like materialistic stuff, and I never expect the guy to buy me things. I'd rather do that myself, and then just have him do things. I can buy material things. I'd rather someone not buy me that.
That's good right there. I appreciate you three. Like that's why I got you three on there, because a lot of people are like that, and you guys are typically nice people.
Typically.
No, I mean not all the time. Now Benito on Saturday. I don't really know about that, but but what about like gifts? Buying the gifts, because Valentine's Day is the second most expensive holiday, and the funny thing is, you look at me. The funny thing is, why is that? Like this is a buying gifts holiday. You know what I mean? How do you feel about buying gifts for somebody? Like let's say you're really in love with somebody and it's Valentine's Day. Would you buy them a gift? And if so, what would you?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
Not on Valentine's Day.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's
Any day, I wouldn't wait for Valentine's Day to give him something like that.
There you go.
Like let's say today I feel like I see something and I really want to get it for the girl that I'm going out with. By all means, I'm gonna get it. I don't have to wait till tomorrow. I'm gonna get it when I want to. So.
yeah, but go.
Pressurize to do it for Valentine's Day. It's such a big deal, and they're like, "Oh, I have to do it." When really, you can just do it throughout the year, forever. You don't have to do it on that day.
Exactly. Like everything's 3-4 times higher today than other days. So it's like, why even do it?
Definitely. I just think that my whole thing is, once you buy something on Valentine's Day, if you're with that type of person, they expect it every year. And then it gets like you have to try to top it every year, and then it's like when you can't, or when it's like you say, once you've settled into your relationship and you just don't, then they get upset and like, well, last year we did this, and it's like, well, it shouldn't be focused on that. It should be when you can, when you want, and it shouldn't be on one, particular day like tomorrow's, Valentine's Day, and it should just be when you can, and the person. It's all going to determine, like I said, going back to me, I'm not that type of person that is expecting anything. I like surprises when it can happen.
Exactly.
And it makes it more special when you're not expecting. See, tomorrow everyone expects something because it's Valentine's Day.
Yep.
I don't want to be like everyone else. I want it to be on a day that's freaking Tuesday, just because it's Tuesday, show me that you care because it's Tuesday, not because it's Valentine's Day. Show me other ways. You don't have to buy me flowers. You don't have to buy me chocolates. You don't have to buy me, the typical Valentine's thing. Just show me that you care in any kind of way, whether it's writing a handwritten note. That to me goes a way, way longer than, than a bought card from Hallmark. Something when you can
Ooh.
put down your true feelings on just a napkin. That's amazing to me when someone can do that.
I agree.
That's
special.
that's a note.
That makes me feel special.
You hear that, guys? Like guys out there watching video, don't invest in all these fancy things. Don't do that. No, the thought that counts, man. Go get your girl a napkin, write something sweet on it, put it to her, give it to her in a napkin. Boom, you're good.
That's for me though.
Nah, sure. Like, you just broke up, like you just ended like 5 relationships right there. Like
Exactly. Like I said, I'm gonna put it out there. I know that I'm not like most girls. I'm not that girl. I just never have been. I just never expect anything. It just feels more real when you do it on a day that's not expected. It means more. And I'm not gonna be labeled as that girl that expects flowers and chocolates. I'm girly, but I'm not that girly.
that's a good little differential right there. Have you ever, like, let's say hypothetically there was somebody like really attractive, right? And maybe you like don't you don't know what I'm about to say before I say it, but let's say you were kind of in lust with the person, not in love with them, not infatuated, but you were kind of lusting for him. Would you say that those feelings are comparable to love or not?
It's lust.
Nah.
You're just playing yourself.
Explain this, Breezy.
Like I personally say, like, if you you see a beautiful person, and you may want to go and talk to the person, and by all means you could and you should, but I don't think that you should let your feelings, you just lead you somewhere. You should let it more up, like let the time tell you if it is or not, because sometimes we want to rush into things. Like if I see a pretty girl today and I start talking to her, at the moment it's all gonna be feelings, but along the way everything's gonna end, and it's like, wow, that was just a moment. It's not gonna be something that's serious.
Oh, okay. You sound like you got something to say on that, Sabrina.
No, I just agree with everything he said. Like, you can love for someone doesn't mean you're in love with them.
Yeah, but trust me, those feelings are kind of strong in a sense. You know what I mean? Have you thinking about things?
Yeah.
So when thinking about like the different like feelings of love, you know what I mean? Like love is a lot of different things, you know what I mean? So what would you say your definition of love is, Benito?
Love is a lot of things. I think love is, love is a bumpy road because there's a lot of ups and downs, but as well as love is more of, sacrifices. Like you can't always expect everything to just be nice and pretty, like a picture. Everything, just even to get like a picture of something, you have to prepare yourself and go through those moments. Like I think love is more about sacrifice for me than anything else, because at the end of the day, I can do whatever I want, but for me to actually prove to a person that I love them, I have to prove to them that I'm able to put a roof over them. Like actions speak more than words, obviously, and at the end of the day, don't try to think that just because I bought you a car, that's gonna that means love. A car doesn't, just because you got them a car doesn't mean nothing. It's more about what can you do if we are in a bad situation. What do I mean to you if we have nothing over our head or whatever, stuff like that.
And you can actually take that into a biblical standpoint if you think about it, like because God doesn't really care about the person that you can give $1 million for offering. He cares more about the person who sacrifices that $10 when they only had $20.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, so you can think of it like that. What about you, Laura? How you feel about that?
Love, it depends on what you're talking about. There's all types of different love. You could love your parents, your siblings, family, your children. But if you're talking about love in relationships, love in relationships it's all about compromise. It's about hard work. It's not an easy road. It's not, and it's not for everyone. It's something that's hard. Relationships are hard in general. And it takes a lot of hard work if you don't have, trust, and you don't have communication, you don't have any of those things, that it builds up to love. All of those things build up to love, and love, it hurts. love is sacrifice. Love is a lot of things. Love, but at the end of the day, love is never having to say you're sorry.
Agreed.
And you should never do anything to hurt that person, and never, you know, make someone sad. It should always be exactly what it is, love. And it's hard. Love is hard.
Wow, that I don't think anybody can say a better answer than that. All right, Brina, you're up.
Some hotlines.
No, for real. That was bars right there.
Yeah.
Signer, MG Records. All right, go ahead. Sabrina.
So how can I say anything? Everything I wanted to say. But it's something I think compromise is definitely the biggest one, and just sticking by each other through everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like obviously my stuff that's gone on recently, and just seeing that with my parents, they stick through everything, and no matter what you have to talk about something, if it's bothering you, just talk about it, because you can go and talk to somebody else, but they could go back and say something when you really should be best friends and just tell each other everything. That's all. Yeah, compromise. That was the biggest one.
Yeah, definitely. I think love is like that undeniable feeling that you feel in your stomach when you first see that person that just changes your whole perspective on life or something in general. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even like the butterfly feeling in your stomach. It's just that you know that person was meant for you. That person's the one. And if you always feel that, you still feel that feeling that you felt that day.
So I have a question.
Go for it.
You're saying that you feel like you get that feeling. So what happens when that feeling fades? Because I'm pretty sure everybody on this panel has been in love more than once. So how can we say that that's the one?
Hey, okay. Oh.
Found the one. Well, the one has been the third one.
But
it's all of that fade. So how do we determine that that's the one when you've got 20 years invested, when you've got 40 years? I always have a problem with the one, because I think that nothing is ever guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed in life except for two things, and that's death, taxes.
That's it.
That's it.
But
That's it. And
I would say this. Go ahead. To back.
Today, just like I said, I don't. It is a good feeling. It is a good feeling when you find the person that you're compatible with,
Mm-hmm.
and you have common interests, and even sometimes not so common interests. That's wonderful, and you want to spend all your time with that person. But for how long? Because our divorce rate, I'm pretty sure all around the world, is higher than our marriage rate at this point. We've got more single parents than we have married parents.
Right.
So how can we say that feeling is forever? Because it's not.
And
So I have a problem when someone says, "Oh, I found the one."
yeah, and this is my take on anytime somebody says like, "Oh, I got my soulmate" or anything like that. Like, I think we all have multiple soulmates. I think every person has at least 1,000 people that are perfectly compatible with you. Like, you like all the same stuff, you dislike all the same stuff. Because, just commonality is like 7-point-something billion people in the world. So obviously somebody grew up the same way you grew up, and they're going to like everything you like. So, you know what I mean? Like, anytime somebody says, and that's like the most common thing, like New York, people are like, "Oh, I found the one. Oh, I love this person." And I'm like, come on, bro. Eventually you're going to break up with that person. Then you're going to be like, "Oh, I'm so sad." And then 3 years later, you're going to find somebody better. So, yeah, like in that sense, I think that, love is kind of, it's kind of got a skewed viewpoint. You know what I mean? Like, that's,
Right.
that I wouldn't put that as my definition of love. You know what I mean? If you don't feel the same way you felt at the very beginning with somebody, maybe it's not love.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe that's why it goes into the infatuation, lust, maybe one of those categories, but definitely not love. You should still.
Yeah. And definitely going back to your question, when you said when you are first attracted to someone, is it lust and you want to be with that person because they're physically, and that's exactly what it is. It's lust.
Mm-hmm.
Because then when you get to know that person and they're like total jerks or a total, B word here, it's like,
Right.
holy crap, or she turns out to be a gold digger, or just a total whatever, and it's like, oh, Grant, unfortunately, the way that I see relationships is you could have the best sex in the world with someone, but unfortunately, we can't live in bed.
Exactly.
You can't work from bed, you can't eat and do all the daily things that life requires us to do from bed. So you have to find that person that's going to give you everything, and that's the search that everybody's looking for. It's not only just the sex. The sex is always just the cherry on top of every relationship. Because if you can get along with someone, they can make you laugh. Hell, they can make you cry. They can make you mad. They can make you get every single emotion out there. That, at the end of the day, is going to be love. Because if they could, and you still stick it out at the end of the day, that's love.
Yeah.
And then when you have great sex on top of that, that's the cherry on top.
Exactly.
You found everything, and that's the cherry on top. And that's how I view relationships. That's when you can say, I'm in love. I found the one.
Mm-hmm.
I really did find the one, because they piss me off. I fight with them. I love them. I want to grab their hair and spank the crap out of them, and
both
whatever,
ways,
and all at the same time. But at the same time, it's like, you love them. You truly love them, and then that's what a relationship is at the end of the day.
Yeah, because some I feel like some.
I agree.
Go.
Because I personally say that I think that you can find the person that's meant for you, but at the same time, I just think that it's also giving time. Like let's say today I started liking a person. I would give it time and just wait on that. Like, just watch that person from the background. Like, just see everything they do, see how they are, and just see if I'm able to actually handle someone like that. And maybe along the way, maybe at the end of the day, my feelings could drop, and then I'll know that wasn't for me. Mm-hmm. But if I'm still strong, like after a good time, then I think that's when I'll know. Like, okay, let me approach this person and let them know how I feel about them.
True stuff, man. True stuff. And just like what I was gonna say, Laura, to you is like, I couldn't agree more with that statement, because a lot of relationships, especially in 2016, are based solely on sex. So it's like, you know what I mean? You might be perfectly sexual compatible with somebody, like that might be the best part. But then you think about it, you're not always gonna be fucking that person. So it's like,
it'd be nice.
Exactly.
If I could get, there's people that can pay for that, of course.
Exactly. Legally.
Right. Legally, it would be great. That's in a perfect world. You can find that person, right off the bat. Everybody's physically, there's always a physical attraction. That's what makes you want to talk to someone. You can't be physical, or you can't be attracted to someone's personality if you've never talked to them.
Whoa.
You have to have some kind of physical something that catches your eye. And I feel bad for a lot of guys. I do feel bad for a lot of guys, because there are sometimes girls, that they want to talk to, and they may feel uncomfortable. Maybe they don't feel like they're in her league or whatever. And that girl, well, she probably isn't worth it, but she'll never know what great a guy he is, because there's not a physical attraction there.
Ooh, she said something real. She said it real.
And it's sad, because I felt bad. I was out with friends one day, and and I felt bad. You see guys, they're just standing there, they're waiting. They want to ask you out, to dance and stuff, or whatever, or maybe buy you a drink, and they're just afraid. They see a pretty girl, and
Laura, let me talk. I gotta interject. She could not have set a better point. Girls always ask all the time. I said this in 2 videos ago. Girls always ask, like, where are the good guys at? Where are the guys who are committed and intelligent and stuff like that? I'm like, the guy is right behind the guy you're talking to. He's right there. You just avoided him. Like, that's why I feel like a lot of good guys get overlooked, because they're too shy.
Yeah, they really do. And like I said, going back, I had this one guy ask me out to dance, and he wasn't the greatest looking, and I felt bad, because I was actually gonna,
Yeah.
And I had my friend pull me away, and she's like, ew. I'm
that's fucked.
No, and I was like, that's mean. I felt bad for him, because it probably took him who knows how long to get the courage to
because they think
say
about
Yeah.
And I felt bad. I really did feel bad, and I told her that was me. She shouldn't have done that. You know,
Yeah.
let me make my own decision. But she's like, he's blah, you know, whatever. You know,
Yeah.
it's over. But I do feel bad. I feel bad for the guys. I do feel bad for men because it's hard. It's absolutely hard for them to be approachable and to approach someone, and we might not ever find out how great they are because they're afraid. You know, and
Exactly. And
I'm not trying to say like I'm you know the greatest thing out there. I'm by far. I've said it before. I'm far from perfect, but and that's what I like about finding somebody that's real and finding someone that's honest and confidence is more attractive than anything else.
I think now I can agree with that 100%. Now that is how guys that don't have money, that don't have material possessions, can get girls, because they're like, that guy had the balls to come talk to me, and he didn't have any regrets. That's hot. That's what makes you hot. Like, and we can definitely agree on that.
Confidence definitely is a great asset to have, and when you feel confident, when you're secure about yourself, you know, really nothing else matters at that point. You know, nothing else matters, and it's something that's radiant, that's actually sexy. You know, when someone is that confident, it's
because if you know who you are, by all means, you don't need like a girl or a guy to come in and try to say, oh, if you have me, you'll be better. Like if you know who you are, that's what attracts you to the person that that wants to like you or whatever.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I see a lot of girls that, they're, I would say curvy or whatever, but they bring out this confidence in themselves. That to me, even as a woman, I'm like, damn, that's sexy. That's my hero right there.
Exactly.
Someone could just flaunt their confidence, and they're made up, and it doesn't matter what their size is, but they've just got this attitude. That makes me look. Yeah. As a woman, that makes me look.
My goodness.
So it's like, whoa, wow, that's awesome. I love that. I love seeing that in people. I really do. And like I said, that's more than any model or anybody that's fit.
And speaking
that confidence that radiates off of someone is more than anything.
And speaking of that, Sports Illustrated actually just released their the Rookie of the Year, and it's going to be Ashley Graham, which, if you don't know, you can her links is going to be in the description as well. She's the first curvy, as we're going to say, plus size model that's going to be featured on the cover. And a lot of people were like, well, how does she get that or whatever? She has a lot of confidence, and that confidence, you can feel it radiating. Like she, like, it's not even that she's really sexy. It's the fact that she feels so sexy that it's like she actually is sexy. You know what I mean? I feel like your brain's. Yeah, your brain's so much more powerful than you think. Like, if you feel something, you tell yourself whatever you tell yourself at the beginning of the day, I guarantee you it'll work. Like, if you tell yourself, hey, today's
when you know who you are, you're gonna go and end up is what I bring to the table, and I said people are gonna have to accept it if they don't like it or not. That's what we are. That's it.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So, this is actually gonna bring this episode to a close. It actually been 35 minutes, so a bit longer than usual. But tune in next segment. So we're gonna do something completely revolutionary on that one, and I'm gonna let the cast say goodbye to you.
Goodbye. Thank you for watching and hearing us on how we elaborate on this topic.
All right, and the links to all of their Instagrams and or YouTubes are gonna be in the description below. You guys comment, rate, subscribe, and remember, have a good day.